What is going on, guys? This is Oliver C. Seneca back again with another video. I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded, but I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to everybody who checked out the Goosebumps video. It's a lot of fun to put that out there and to see some of your comments about your favorite books. So if you're looking for more Goosebumps content, just stick around. There'll be some more in the future. And thanks to everybody who subscribed as well. But today's video is a little bit different than Goosebumps. As you can tell by the title, we will be ranking all of the 24 James Bond films. Now I have all of them here on DVD and a couple of Blu-rays at the end, but I took the time to collect these. Shouts out to Big Rich 317, my older brother, who supplied me with a lot of the older films, so I could watch those and put them all together for a ranking video just like this. So, you know, these films all have the same kind of formula. You have great action, beautiful women, great technology, cool gadgets and cars and stuff, but each one provides a different flavor, you know, especially as the decades go on and different actors portray James Bond. So let's take a look at what my favorites are, starting from my least favorite to my number one pick. Let's take a look. Please don't kill me. Please do not kill me over this video. I know some people out there have some different opinions. You might agree with me, you might disagree, you might find yourself somewhere in between. But please just know this video is for entertainment value only. Also check out olivercseneca.com for all of my latest writing projects. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, so number 24 is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Now this one is interesting because out of all the films, this one has like a different aesthetic to it. I think some people out there will know what I'm talking about that have seen this when you're watching the other films in the series. It has a very cool vibe to it, but the fact that it's George Lazenby and it's the only one that he ever did playing James Bond, it kind of took me out of it because I watched these all in chronological order. So I'm watching, you know, Sean Connery, you know, the iconic Sean Connery, and then all of a sudden this guy shows up for just one single film and then it goes back to another Sean Connery film. So I did not get into this one a whole lot, but I did think it was cool. It had a you know, unique vibe to it. Something with the way that the filter is. I don't know if they use a different kind of film, but check this film out and let me know if you can tell the difference between this and the other movies in the series. Alright, I am grouping 23 and 22 together because they are both the Timothy Dalton films. Now, apparently, Timothy Dalton looks the most like James Bond, how he's portrayed in the original novels by Ian Fleming. By the way, shout out to him. He's got some great little stories there. James Bond, the OG novels that, you know, he wrote before they became the iconic films we know today. These films are both pretty good, but again, it's that situation where this guy shows up for just 2 films and then it gets back to Pierce Brosnan, I believe. But solid movies, but I just, you know, couldn't get into the new actor on these ones. Number 21 is A View to a Kill with Sir Roger Moore. This is a cool one. It's got a great cast. You got Christopher Walken and of course Grace Jones as Mayday, so check this one out. I know this is a family channel and it's all, you know, we got to keep it clean here, but number 20 is Octopussy. I apologize if anybody out there is offended by the title, but this is a classic James Bond right here. Roger Moore again, great title, and you know, need I say more? I mean, come on, Octopussy. Number 19 is another Roger Moore film. We got For Your Eyes Only. This is honestly one of my favorite titles for a James Bond movie. It just sounds cool. Check this one out, For Your Eyes Only. Every series needs a space episode, a space setting, whatever you want to say. And that's why number 18 is Moonwalker. That's right, they're putting Roger Moore into space. Now, this one's cool, but of course, you know, it's kind of an older film, so some of the props and stuff might come off a little bit cheesy, but it's still a pretty solid James Bond film. Check it out, Moonwalker. Number 17 is The Spy Who Loved Me. You might recognize this title a little bit altered when Austin Powers did a parody, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So this is another solid Roger Moore one. This has the super cool, I think it's like a Ferrari that can go underwater and turn into a submarine. Check this one out. Number 16 is the OG James Bond. I'm talking about Dr. No. That's right, the very first James Bond film put out there with the legendary Sean Connery. Rest in peace. This is a solid film. Despite it being the first one, I actually enjoyed this, as you can already tell by now. By some of the even newer ones, this one is a little bit more entertaining than even some of the ones that came later. But this is the first one, and I would recommend starting from the beginning to get the flavor for the vintage Bond film, so you can't go wrong with the original Dr. No. Up next at number 15, we have Live and Let Die, another Roger Moore joint. Great soundtrack on this one as well. Great villains, great makeup work on the villains as well, so check this one out, Live and Let Die. Alright, number 14 is Diamonds Are Forever. That's right, this one also has one of the best theme songs. Can't go wrong with this one. Sean Connery doing it again, always good. Number 13, cool title, also has got the iconic Sean Connery. We have You Only Live Twice. That's right, you only live twice. Now, there is some imagery in here that might not be politically correct. There's a part where Sean Connery has to go undercover, and those that have seen this know it looks a little bit ridiculous. But other than that, there's not too much corniness to this one. Just another solid film. All right, number 12 is Thunderball. That's right, Sean Connery is doing it again. Trying to stop a nuclear holocaust, you know, classic plot line there. Something nuclear is going on, and it's up to James Bond to put a stop to it. All right, coming up at number 11, you have From Russia with Love. Now, I first heard about this from the video game back in the day, which I believe Sean Connery actually did some voiceover work. So that's pretty cool. But the film is pretty solid as well. You know, what else can I say about it? You already know. Great title, great soundtrack. Sean Connery, baby. All right, now we're coming up on number 10. These are my top 10 James Bond films. And number 10 has to go to The Man with the Golden Gun. That's right. This one has a really great setting. I really enjoyed the atmosphere of this one. Roger Moore doing his thing, and you can't go wrong with the casting on this one as well. Good stuff. All right, coming up on number 9, we have Goldfinger. That's right, one of the earlier ones. This one is great, great villain, and even better theme song. I would probably say this is the second best theme song in the entire series. We'll find out what number 1 is pretty soon, but Goldfinger, great stuff. You can also see a lot of the inspiration that Austin Powers got from the characters in this film. Check it out. All right, number 8 is Die Another Day. That's right, we have Pierce Brosnan, who in my opinion is the best James Bond, just in terms of his appearance and the way that he acts. I know, you know, people always say Timothy Dalton is the, you know, the closest to the novelization, or excuse me, the original novels. But Pierce Brosnan just had like the coolest style, I thought, in all these films. But Die Another Day, there's some corny CGI. There's some scenes in here that look a little bit silly, but you know what? Overall, it's not too bad. Check out Die Another Day, and you can't go wrong with the wonderful Halle Berry. All right, number 7 is Tomorrow Never Dies. This is a very interesting one. I originally played the PlayStation 1 game back in the day, and then I saw the film, and it's pretty solid. You got a crazy CEO of a news company doing some corrupt stuff, and it's up to James Bond to put a stop to that. And of course, he's got all kinds of cool gadgets and stuff to use along the way. So check out Tomorrow Never Dies, and also check out the PS1 game. It's pretty cool. All right, coming up at number 6, we have The World Is Not Enough, another great title. This was another Bond movie that I saw after I'd played the PS1 game back in the day. Super cool. I do like the setting of this one. I do like the Bond girl as well, who, you know, plays a little bit of a villain as well. It's kind of ambiguous. You're not sure what she's all about, but this is some good stuff. Good cinema. The World Is Not Enough. All right, here we are at the top 5 James Bond films. And number 5 is none other than Goldeneye. That's right. This is the movie that actually brought James Bond back, apparently. This kind of gave a new excitement, resurgence for the James Bond world. And this is just a solid action film. You got Sean Bean, of course, doing his thing. Pierce Brosnan, his first go-around as James Bond, and this is just a super cool film. All right, number 4 is Daniel Craig in Quantum of Solace. Now, this one's a little bit controversial. Maybe some of the James Bond heads out there might not appreciate that I had this one ranked so high, but I thought this was super cool. I love the atmosphere of some of the scenes in this. I know it got some flack for trying to be, people say it's filmed more like the Bourne Identity series, but I didn't think of that when I was watching it. But just a super cool movie. I know it's kind of forgotten because it's in between, you know, Casino Royale and Skyfall, but I think this is a solid James Bond movie. All right, number 3 is Spectre. That's right, this is the most recent James Bond film. Of course, No Time to Die was supposed to come out, but it got delayed a few times because of what's going on in the world today. But this one's pretty solid. It's hard to follow up Skyfall, but I think this did a good job keeping that style going. Great action. You know, there's a few memorable scenes in this, and I can't say that I didn't enjoy watching this. It kept my attention the whole time. And Christoph Waltz is great. You cannot go wrong with him. And you know, Daniel Craig is just a super cool hero. I think that he's probably the second best James Bond. I don't know. He might even be tied with Pierce Brosnan. It's hard to say because they both kind of have different feelings, different. You know, they give off different vibes when they're playing James Bond. I feel like Daniel Craig is more straightforward, more willing to kill, I feel like. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But, you know, number 3, gotta go with Spectre. Number 2 is what I believe should have been the last James Bond film ever made, but of course it made $1 billion gajillion and they had to make another one. I'm talking about Skyfall. This has the best theme song, in my opinion, sung by Adele. Great song to start the movie off. Just an awesome movie, and to me, you know, I feel like this would have been a great way to just end the series, wrapping everything up, but you know, it made a ton of money, so they had to do it again. But I love Skyfall. Great movie, and just really satisfying to watch. Alright, so if you made it this far and you've been paying attention, by process of elimination, you already know what my number 1 pick is going to be. But if not, here it is. Number 1, Casino Royale. And not only is this the best James Bond film, this is the best action film of all time, in my opinion, because it just hits every single mark. It's just such a cool movie. You got a cool setting, the casino going on there. You've got beautiful paradise later on in the film. The style is great. You got the Aston Martin. You've got the beautiful Eva Green. You've got the brilliant villain Mad Mikkelsen, who does a great job. Soundtrack is great. This just hits every single mark, and I was completely blown away when I saw this. I wish this film was longer, but this is, for me, in my opinion, everything a James Bond movie needs to be across the board. So that's why Casino Royale is my number 1 pick. Also, what's interesting, this came out in 2006, I believe, maybe 2007, and this was actually the first James Bond novel by Ian Fleming, but not the first film to come out, which I thought was interesting because, as we know, Dr. No was the first one with Sean Connery, and then they kind of, you know, they revitalized it again after Pierce Brosnan left with Daniel Craig, who does a great job. Also, probably one of the best opening scenes in all of the James Bond films. Super cool. Check out Casino Royale if you're just getting into the series and you're not sure where to start. If you don't want to start from the old ones, I would start here, because it gives you all that James Bond flavor all wrapped up in one. Nowhere else do you need to go to get that awesome action entertainment than Casino Royale. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That was all of my favorite James Bond films, ranked from least favorite to favorite. What did you think? Did you agree? Did you disagree? Did you find yourself somewhere in the middle? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm going to have some more ranking videos coming out and some other stuff as well, across different mediums, books, CDs, films, all that kind of stuff. So stick around. I hope to be uploading more content for you guys. Thanks again.